Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on, well, a bit of a linguistic adventure. We're tackling something many Spanish learners find tricky, maybe even a little mysterious. We're talking about the Spanish subjunctive. But don't worry, our mission today is to sort of decode it, show you its power, and why getting the hang of it is just crucial for really expressing yourself in Spanish. Okay, let's unpack this. Now, for our deep dive today, we're using some really fantastic material. It's created specifically for Spanish learners by Dulce from the YouTube channel Español con Dulce.
Great stuff. Yeah.
It's super practical. And here's the best part. You can actually download the free PDF of this material. The link's right in our description. Perfect to follow along or study later.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating here, I think, is getting your head around the idea that the subjunctive isn't just another tense, like past or future telling you run.
Right.
It's a mood. And that difference is, well, it's critical. It shows a fundamental difference in how Spanish speakers frame things sometimes. Well, English often uses extra words like might or should for uncertainty or desire. But Spanish, it often requires a shift in the verb itself. It's less about objective facts and much more about the speaker's view on it, their attitude, desires, doubts, feelings, hypothetical thoughts. It's all about the non-real, the subjective. And for you as a learner, this mood, it's your key to much richer communication. It makes your Spanish sound more natural, more expressive. It lets you show your inner world.
That's a fantastic way to put it. So let's start with maybe one of the most common uses, expressing desires, hopes, and recommendations. I mean, think about how often you wish someone well or suggest something in your own language. Super common.
Everyday stuff.
But what's the shift in thinking that makes Spanish need the subjunctive here? Why not just, I hope he comes?
That's a great question. It really gets to that mood versus tense thing. When you say, I hope he comes, you're not stating a fact. You're expressing your desire for it. That desire that maybe it won't happen, that's what the subjunctive signals in Spanish.
Got it.
We use it because these situations aren't realities yet. They show an attitude, a wish, a suggestion about what should be. It's not about what is, but what you want or recommend.
And Dulce's material has some perfect examples of this. Like for desires, you hear things like, espero que tengas un buen día.
I hope you have a good day.
Exactly. Or that classic one, ojalá llueva mañana.
Hopefully it rains tomorrow. A wish, pure and simple.
Neither one is certain, just a hope.
Right.
And then for recommendations or advice, same deal. Like, te sugiero que estudies para el examen.
I suggest you study for the exam.
Or, es importante que descanses bien.
It's important that you rest well. Again, not a command, but a suggestion, stressing importance. That triggers the subjunctive.
Yeah.
Precisely. And mastering this use, it really lets you give advice, express genuine hopes, and just sound, well, more natural and empathetic in Spanish. You're not just reporting facts, you're engaging with possibilities and wishes, connecting more deeply.
Okay, so that covers desires and hopes. Now, let's move to those times when we're, not so sure about reality, expressing doubt or negation or just general uncertainty. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. Differentiating what is from what might be, or what you think isn't certain.
Exactly. And this is where the subjunctive really acts like a signal, a flag for subjective perception. It marks a statement not as objective truth, but as your take on it.
Your personal view.
Yeah, or a possibility, or you're denying something someone else might think is true. It acknowledges it's not a definite accepted fact for you.
And the examples from the source are super clear here. For doubt, like, no creo que le venga a la fiesta.
I don't think he's coming to the party.
Right.
You're not saying he isn't coming, for sure.
No.
But that you don't believe he is. The uncertainty is yours.
Okay. Or, es posible que nos retrasemos.
It's possible we'll be delayed. A possibility, not a certainty. Clear subjunctive territory.
And then for negation, like, no es cierto que ellos sepan la verdad.
It's not true that they know the truth. You're refuting a claim there.
Or simply, dudo que esto funcione.
I doubt this works. Yeah. In all of these, the subjunctive is that flag, signaling subjectivity, not objective fact.
It's pretty powerful, actually.
It is. It lets you express all those subtle shades of belief, skepticism, or just possibility. You move beyond just black and white statements into, well, the gray areas where most real conversation happens.
Moving on, then. What about emotions and feelings? the subjunctive pops up there too, right? Not just about what's true, but how it makes us feel.
Absolutely. Personal emotions are, by definition, subjective. They're about your internal state, your reaction,
Right.
not some objective fact about the world. And because they're so subjective, the subjunctive is the natural grammatical choice to convey them accurately, authentically.
Okay, so give us an example, like if a friend passes a test.
You'd say, Me alegra que hayas aprobado el examen. I'm glad you passed the exam. Your happiness is the key thing.
Not just the fact they passed.
Exactly. Or if you're worried, temo que la situación empeore.
I fear the situation will worsen. Your fear drives the subjunctive.
Right. Or another common one. Es triste que se hayan ido tan pronto.
It's sad that they left so soon. The sadness is the focus.
Mm-hmm. It just highlights how expressing emotions clearly is vital for connecting with people. And the subjunctive is your main tool for that in Spanish, sharing your joy, fear, sorrow in a way that really resonates.
Okay, next up, conditional sentences. Hypothetical situations, the good old what-if scenarios.
Yes.
Talking about things that aren't real or are contrary to reality, building little alternate worlds with words.
Exactly. And the subjunctive is absolutely crucial here. It signals that the situation is purely hypothetical, imagined, maybe counterfactual.
Right.
It makes you think, how do you talk about dreams or possibilities or regrets about things that didn't happen without this mood? It's how you build those what-ifs.
And Dulce's examples really clarify this. You hear things like, si yo fuera rico, viajaría por el mundo.
If I were rich, I would travel the world. That word in English signals it too, right? Like fuera in Spanish. It implies you are not rich.
Yeah, it's hypothetical. Or, si tuviera tiempo, te ayudaría con tu proyecto.
If I had time, I would help you with your project. Implying you don't have time right now. Unreal condition.
Got it. And this one's interesting. Aunque él diga que lo hará, dudo que lo haga.
Even if he says he'll do it, I doubt he will. Yeah, the diga, if he says it, reflects that hypothetical or uncertain nature. And then you add your doubt on top.
Double subjunctive trigger, almost.
Kind of. It just opens up such a huge range of expression. Discussing imaginative scenarios, weighing possibilities, expressing regret, exploring the what could be or what might have been. It adds real depth.
Okay, switching gears just a bit. What about expressing finality or purpose? The why behind an action. Using phrases like para qué or a fin de qué.
Right, so that or in order to.
Yeah.
Here, the subjunctive comes in because the purpose, the desired outcome, isn't a reality yet.
Oh, okay.
It's the intention behind the action, the goal you're aiming for. It's about explaining your motivation, the effect you hope your action will have. It often lives in that future possibility realm.
Makes sense. The source gives good examples here, too. First, estudio mucho para que mis padres estén orgullosos de mí.
I study a lot so that my parents are proud of me. Their pride isn't guaranteed. It's the desired outcome, the purpose of studying.
Right, and te lo explico a fin de que lo comprendas mejor.
I explain it to you so that you understand it better. Your understanding is the goal, the hope.
Yeah.
This usage really helps you explain your reasoning, your goals. It adds that crucial layer of explaining the why behind the what. Super important for clear communication.
And finally, there's a category that sometimes catches learners out, idiomatic uses. Fixed expressions.
Ah, the quirks.
Exactly. Phrases that just use the subjunctive, maybe by tradition or because the meaning fits one of the other categories we talked about. The ones you sort of just have to learn.
Every language has them. And Spanish is no different. The subjunctive is baked into so many common everyday phrases. Native speakers use them without even thinking about the rule.
Just flows naturally.
Yeah, it's just part of the rhythm.
The examples here are really practical, like, ojalá llueva café.
Hopefully it rains coffee. A classic, clearly a hypothetical desire. And ojalá itself has roots meaning God willing, underlining that desire non-reality link.
Interesting. Or, antes que nada, es mejor que descanses.
First of all, it's better that you rest. That is, mejor que structure signals a recommendation, a subjective opinion, boom, subjunctive.
Right. And this one's really common. Quiero que sepas que siempre puedes contar conmigo.
I want you to know that you can always count on me. Your desire for them to know triggers it. My advice. Just embrace these. Hear them, use them, they'll become intuitive.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot of ground. So what does this all mean for you, the listener, as a Spanish learner? Hopefully it feels less mysterious now.
Yeah, let's try to consolidate it. Drawing from Dulce's excellent summary, basically boil it down. The subjunctive is your tool for anything that isn't a hard, concrete fact.
Okay.
Whether it's a wish, a suggestion, a doubt, a strong feeling, a what if, or the purpose behind an action, The subjunctive adds that essential layer of human subjectivity, personal perception.
Makes sense.
And yeah, it pops up in those everyday phrases too, often for the same reasons. It's really the mood of possibility, emotion, opinion.
And like we always say, understanding is step one, but practice makes perfect.
Absolutely.
That PDF from Dosis Español con Dulce's channel has a great practice section. But, just to get you thinking now, if you wanted to express a wish, would you use sé que él viene mañana, indicative fact, or espero que él venga mañana, using the subjunctive?
Good question.
Or, if you hear no creo que ella tenga la respuesta, is that expressing certainty or doubt?
Mm-hmm. Think about the trigger word there.
And finally, in that hypothetical, si yo fuera rico, viajaría por el mundo, what's the subjunctive doing there? What function does it serve?
Yeah, these are great prompts to get you started applying this. We really encourage you to dive into those examples and do the practice in the PDF. It's honestly the best way to go from I get it to I can use it.
Well, you've just taken a huge step in unlocking the Spanish subjunctive. What might have felt like this massive grammatical wall should feel way more approachable now.
Hopefully.
And mastering this mood, it really is key to communicating more authentically, more expressively in Spanish. Letting your conversations show the full range of human thought and feeling. And remember, you can find the full material from Dulce's Español con Dulce's YouTube channel. Download that free PDF. Practice everything. The link is right there in our description.
Definitely grab that. And as you keep learning, maybe mull this over. How does understanding the subjunctive not just help you speak Spanish, but maybe understand the mindset behind it? How Spanish speakers frame uncertainty, desire, emotion. It's kind of a window into a deeper level of communication.
That's a fantastic thought. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
My pleasure.
We really hope you start noticing and using the subjunctive, unlocking those new dimensions in your Spanish. Until next time.